All right, next question. Why are you still single? What brought you to Christ? Yo, not in the same. Say what's up, YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
Say what's up, YouTube.
Yeah, what's up, YouTube?
All right, what is up, YouTube? It is Steve-O, and I'm doing a Q&A for my personal channel. This is like the third channel I've made, but I will be consistent on this channel, and I'm sure you guys want to get to know me. So I asked questions on Instagram. What do you guys want to know about me? So I'll be answering those questions. Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You don't gotta repeat everything. My first question.
My food president.
Okay. Enough. Hold on. Be quiet. Be quiet. Alright, you're leaving. Oh, he's crying now. He just kept interrupting me, guys. But
I'm gonna watch it. Or do I make you nervous?
make me nervous.
I make you nervous?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit there and be quiet?
Alright. A recent time, after years of running from ministry, and I remember growing up, my grandparents would always be like, you're gonna be a pastor, you're gonna be a pastor. But the moment that I decided to really pursue youth ministry, and I was talking to a good friend of mine, Grayson Beard, and you might know him. And I was asking, like, I'm not sure if this is what God is calling me to. I'm overthinking, but this is something that I have a burden to do. And I remember him telling me, like, God wouldn't put something on your heart that he wouldn't want you to pursue. So the moment that I said yes to God and I submitted to God, things just began to fall into place. And like, man, I've just seen God open doors and close doors and just do a work for me to be able to really pursue this. And you stop talking. And really pursue this, youth ministry and stuff. So, next question: why are you still single? Honestly, I'm not really looking. I'm a firm believer in that when you pursue God and like with no distractions, like a lot of people, they really look for a spouse and then they go, try to pursue God once they have a partner. But I believe that when you're pursuing God and then you have somebody that's running alongside of you at the same pace, and then you meet up along the journey, I think that's so much more beautiful, and I think that's the way that God has intended it. So I believe that's why I'm still single, because I'm not really in a rush, so go-to worship song. Right now, probably My Soul Sings is my go-to worship song. What are you doing? Walking in front of the camera like you're somebody. Probably My Soul Sings by Dante Bo is my go-to worship song at the moment. I feel like I didn't truly have a relationship with God until like 19 years old. And I think what pushed me to that was like, I was dealing with like I had a really hard heart, and I was really like emotionally numb. And so I think, something that pushed me to really have that relationship with God was just the loss of my grandfather, and that's part of my testimony, which I will make a video on. But just being broken. That's why I encourage a lot of people, like, if you're in a place where you're broken right now, you're in a perfect position to like find God and like truly get deeper into your relationship with God. So aside from God, who inspires you the most in this world?
My turn. Put on you. Huh?
Hey, probably my mom, because she's gone through a ton of health issues, and just her testimony is insane. And I don't know how she's made it this far and how her faith is so strong at this point in her life. So for me, my mom, my grandfather as well, his testimony is crazy. Both my grandfathers. I have a ton of family members who have a crazy testimony. So there's really like no room for doubt in my life. So those are some of my biggest inspirations. What brought you out of your lukewarmness? I don't know if that's a word, but I understand the question. Jalise, shh.
Okay.
what brought me out of being lukewarm? I think
What?
just,
Oh,
I think something that a lot of Christians do is like they look at this walk as rules and do's and don'ts and this mountain of like, it's like the Bible is a rule book. But I believe the moment that you truly read the Bible for what it is and the true word of God and getting to know God and just falling deeper in love with God, you begin to not want to sin. It's not about what you can and can't do, but it's like, I love God so much. I love God more. So I'm not going to do those things. So I think the moment that I truly saw God and had a relationship with God and like was broken and put back together by God, and I truly had that relationship, you know, with my Father, I feel like that's what was just like, okay, like I don't want to live for the world. I don't want to be half in, half out. Yeah, I still have an appetite for things that I used to do. My flesh is still an issue, but I love God more. How is your merch so far? Honestly, I just have a love for fashion and art that like I'll picture a design randomly and then like I'll literally sketch it out and I'll make it. And a lot of people mess with it. I love street fashion and I love putting things together and really being creative, especially with clothing, with writing, even music, like a lot of stuff. I just like being creative. So yeah, if you haven't checked out my merch, check out my merch. It's pretty fire, no cap. My favorite pair of shoes. My favorite pair of shoes that I have are my ones. My yellow and black New Love ones. Those are my favorite. But of all time, probably favorite shoe. Probably just Jordan 1s, like Chicago 1s will probably be like, if I had to get one shoe, probably Chicago 1s, no cap. My favorite Christian clothing brand, Forgiven, easy. And I know a lot of people are starting to like them, but I actually know the guys at Forgiven. Like, I actually like know them. So it's just like, and they're actually from like where I'm at. Like they're from Chicago and like in my neighborhood. So it's like, it's different. Like a lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon and they like Forgiven for that reason, but I actually have a story behind why I like Forgiven and how I connected with Forgiven. So if you want to hear that story, let me know in the comments. But Forgiven is so fire. I love their style. Like literally their style is my style. I love the vintage. I love all that. So I really like Forgiven. How's the clothing brand? It's fire. I just want your perspective. It's funny that you say that. I actually am in the works of making a new clothing brand. Like not just merch. Like merch is one thing and a clothing brand is another thing. I'm actually trying to start a clothing brand, like a faith-based clothing brand. Right now I have a list of names. I'm trying to pick one. I already have a t-shirt design that I'm ready to drop. So if you guys want that, let me know. Like there's a lot that goes into having a brand, because I used to have a clothing brand and there's a lot of things I wish I did different that I would do differently in this brand. So if you guys want that, let me know. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to school, so I'm definitely gonna need a source of income, and also I would love to use fashion to do that. So yeah, if that's something that you guys are interested in and that you're excited to see, let me know.
Let me know.
All right, I'll probably answer one more. Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous Do you get nervous preaching to teens and just the youth in general? I actually do, because especially as a young person, like a lot of teens can connect. It's like there's two sides to the spectrum. Either youth are gonna like really connect with you because you're young, or they're gonna be like, this guy knows nothing because he's my age. Like he can't have much more wisdom than me. So it's just like there's two sides to the spectrum. So like sometimes when young people try when young people try to really walk in what God has called them to, I think the enemy hates that. He attacks them. He hits them hard, and he causes them to overthink. And if you're a young person that wants to be used and is walking what God has called you to, keep going. No matter how hard it gets, no matter who turns their back on you, no matter what gets in the way of you doing that, just know that your confidence isn't in yourself, but your confidence comes from God. And what God has called you, nobody else can disqualify you. If God has qualified you, nobody can disqualify you, because in reality, nobody's qualified to be used by God. But when He has qualified you, when He's chosen you, that's an honor. So walk in that. Don't be afraid, because nobody can come against what God has spoken. So just be encouraged by that and just trust fully in God. Even if you walk this thing alone, you're not alone. You have Jesus, you have the Holy Spirit, and just have that discernment to know like what's from the enemy and what's wisdom. So yeah, that's something that I can really, but yeah, I do get nervous because just public speaking too. I'm a timid person, or I used to be. I don't feel like I am anymore, but yeah, I definitely get nervous. But the work that I'm doing, the work that we're doing as a body, I believe is so much more important than your nerves and your anxiety. And I believe that we have the authority to loose and bind things. So I always pray before I speak and just ask God to remove all anxiety, remove all nervousness, and just for it not to be me speaking, for it to be Him speaking, to anoint my lips. And yeah, so prayer definitely helps with that. So that being said, if you guys want another Q&A, let me know in the comments. This is super fun, this is super easy. I don't mind doing these. So if you want another one, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Come here. Tell them like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And subscribe. Say like this video.
Like this video.
Yeah. Now hit a dance. Hit a dance for the one time. You gotta get in the camera. Hit the dance. Yeah. Alright. Peace out. Appreciate you guys. Thanks you guys for watching. Peace. Ugh.